Well, let's take you here now. More than 1,300 pupils in Gauteng are yet to be placed for grades 1 and 8 the day before schools reopen. Gauteng Education MEC Matome Chiloane says they've had to make a choice between having some schools overcrowded or leave the children unplaced. Now, it seems a space is a challenge with pupils starting grades 1 and 8 in the new academic year. Earlier, Chiloane briefed the media on the progress on admission and the placement of the pupils ahead of the start of the year's first term for inland schools tomorrow. Speaking to SABC News reporter Nozintombi Miya on the sidelines of that media briefing, Chiloane says pupils that are not placed are mostly in high-pressure areas.
To carry this conversation further, we have Gauteng MEC for Education here in Gauteng, Matome Chiloane, who has spoken quite emphatically about how parents will be accommodated if they did apply online, whether in the first phase of registration or in the later phase of the registration in December. And he joins me now. Thank you so much, MEC. It really has been a flurry of activity for the department and parents today. The reality as we see it now, parents are standing outside schools demanding, wanting, desperate for placement for their kids. What do you have to say to that?
Good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers. Thanks again for the opportunity. I'm urging parents that we will place your kids. That's of paramount. It's a constitutional matter. It's a non-negotiable. We're just appealing for patience. It's a long process, but we're here now. Majority of kids have been placed in our province. More than 290,000 with completed application. More than 30,000 with incomplete applications. We've placed them. So we're just left with a smaller number, but it's a very important number, and you know how it feels for a parent, not to know what is happening with your child, whether to buy uniform, what to do. We know that, and obviously most of our parents who bring their kids to public schools definitely can afford private education. So we will place your kids, that's a fact. Your child will be in school, just allow us. Every day we're placing kids. You might be receiving a message today, you will receive it tomorrow, but we will get a message that your child will be placed. So work with us, be patient with us.
MEC, while your words may provide some comfort to those parents that have been waiting to hear this, the reality is we have parents outside this very school demanding to get placement, saying that they have applied already earlier last year and they still have not received anything, and the schools they're waiting to get responses from have not responded to them. Do you think the system of the online registration is working?
Yes, it works. To those parents, we know the numbers. The system has allowed us to know the numbers. Where we are now is a high-pressure area. We are sitting with more than 501. Actually, we're sitting with 501. I'm sure the figure will be less now because we're currently placing grade 8 learners that are left that we still need to place. And we are starting with them. So that we know. So the system also allows us to plan. It is working. We know this. We are able to deal with this situation in advance because of the system. In the past, we didn't know. We'll have to wait for the first day of school. Then you're sitting with hundreds of parents outside the school gates throughout the province, looking for spaces, looking to apply. But now, because of the online system, we're able to plan better, we're able to identify problems better, we're able to set up interventions better, we're able to know where are the spaces. So that system has allowed us to do that. So it is working. It's also allowing the department to financially budget better, so because we know then what are we really dealing with. Yeah. So it has worked. It's working, and urging parents to allow it. Especially, majority of parents are not complaining about it because they are placed. So if 98% of parents, 99% of parents are quiet because their children are placed, it means it is working. But that 1% is important. We're not saying that it's very important. So they need to be rest assured that we will place their kids.
Thank you so much. MEC of Education, thank you very much. We're going to leave it over there. Optimistic, convinced that the online administration process is working. It is in effect. In his words, just a handful of students still to be placed. Parents still waiting outside schools, still hoping to get their children to get placement in the schools. It's a numbers game at this point, and only time will tell how many of those pupils will be placed and when all the placements will be concluded here in the province of Gauteng. That is back to you in the studio.